Murphy? We're going to fail. Yeah, for points. We need a damn point. Oh, why? Where have you got to go? Stop that. How? I've got some chug splash. Are you definitely going AFK then? Because if not, I'm going to use it. Chug splash. I'm coming. I'm coming. Where? Oh, they are teaming. Oh my god. Are they on the same team or? No, they're not. They're not even. Oh, they are on the same team as gay. Should we just do normal do it? Or prop punt? Should we do prop punt? Murph? Alright. Okay. Well, don't be AFK too long, because otherwise it kicks you out. Need to edit. Yeah, oh my god, there's no spawning in. Jesus, just flying around. I'm just flying around. There we go. Got 2 viewers in a minute. Hello, viewers. Hello. Right, I'm going in. I know. Rare Fortnite occasion. Oh, there's actually 3 other people. Right, I'm gonna be a sec. Spawned all the way up in the air. Get a bird's eye view. Am I actually? Oh, that's gay. Okay. No, don't do it too. No, don't do it, because otherwise other people will find out till we're on the same team. Can this guy like go away? This guy keeps following me around. So I'm just gonna fall. How has this guy got a shield? Just got someone called Waggy B has got shields, and he's not even here. Yeah. Right, sell your teammates out, sell your teammates out. I dare you. Oh, we've already found one. I just killed one. Oh, I hear someone whistling, is that you? Just got an apple. I'm whacking them off at the bat. Have you gone in my spot? Where are you? What? Yeah, okay. Just making sure you're not in your spot. Oh, we won. That was the most easiest win. I whacked off 2 and he whacked off 1. That was really easy. Did he actually? Oh, we're not even on the same team still. Yeah. Oh yeah, 'cause they're the same. They probably are definitely selling you out. Well, I know where the dream guy is. He's still on my team. I need to get my prop. I'm not going to hide in my spot so people on my stream don't know where it is and they're trying to do it. I've got one viewer. Hello viewer. Welcome to the stream. One of them has, I think. Wait, they both got floss. One of them already. Oh, there you are. I see you. I see you. No, I'm not in there. I'm not going in now on stream. There's a bush right behind you. Right, that's it. He's sat on him. It's just you. Right, do not sell me out. Hiding in your base. I'm in your space. You know, in your spawn area. Yeah. No, what other spawn area? You been there? Yeah, your spawn. Yeah, I see you coming in now. Hi. Hi, how are you? No. Everyone's just clueless. Oh shit, this guy's found me. Right, Matthew, do not shoot me, I'm coming in. Do not shoot me, please. Don't shoot me. Do not shoot. He knows where I am. Yeah, they're definitely telling wherever we are. I like how this one dude's just on his map on his own. Why do I have to spectate it? Oh, he's fighting other people. Don't know, because I'm spectating some random. Oh wait, we're starting now. Please be on the same team. Are we? Yes, we are. We're props. Yes. Right. Don't. If it's the same guy. If it's one of the guys, you know, the one of the dream skins, we're not going in the spot. We're going on the roof. We'll go on the roof. Yeah, I think we have got dragon. Yeah, we got dragon guy. Dragon guy. His name was what? I don't even know what that skin's name is anymore. No. Yeah, we're going on the roof, Matthew, on the roof. Is it? No, don't do it. Not on stream. And whilst these people are in there, because I think they're like teaming. Get on here. Can you go? It's so difficult because you're a small object. Oh wait, can you actually wait? Oh shit, I'm lagging. Jesus Christ. Alright. Yeah, boy. Oh my god. Oh, I'm out. Oh, you can just see my little tip. I think I might floss. Oh my god. This is why prop hand's fun. No, I think they don't even know how to get on the roof. Copyright waiting to happen. Oh, I feel like becoming the massive door that's in the oh, one of them's already on the roof. It's like they know. Murphy will send you 100%. Do not move. Pull up! What? Shall we dance? Let me in. Let me in. Oh shit, shit. Oh god. I'm going back here. Shall we try and get one of the trees? That's massive. Oh, he's back up, do not move. Oh, I think they'd be able to tell. Oh, come over me, oh my god! They're walking on top of me. What? They knew, how? I've just vanished. I've just went straight into the bush. What? They just knew every single one of my moves, honestly. Can you get my reboot card? You have it. Where's the other teammate? Is he dead? Ah, rip. I'm gonna get a drink. So keep entertaining my stream, okay? I'm back. Yeah. Okay. Or the roof. Are you sure? Okay, I'm coming with. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Or bathroom. In this corner. Oh, I thought you both back up. Nah, they're definitely on roof. Definitely. Roof. Doing our spot. You just have to throw biggie bombs down. Yeah, they might. The whiskey balls. Yeah, they're definitely in roof. And I know how to check. Not there. No, if you come up. I'll check this side, check this side. They're right here. Okay. No. I'm trying to look on the floor. They sound like they're right above me. I don't even know where your spot is. The one below you? No. They're not there. They're here. They're here. They're moving. They're inside of the house. They're moving around. Top floor. Too many chairs. Suspicious. Wonder where they are. It says there's 2 people. Oh. Are they on our team? No. One of them's with me. One of them's with me. There was 2 earlier, but now it's 0. Where? Where? Yeah. What are they? Cyanide. Oh my god. Just one. There's only one. Where's the other? Did they just kill you? Oh my god, yeah, they're definitely teaming. Did you go in my spot? In the corner. What? Spawning? The what? Where's the other guy? Where's the... Oh. Should we leave and go into another one? Because I feel like these two are absolutely cheating him. Yeah, but they started it. They started it. Are we on the same team? No. How? I think I might just got this guy's a van, the one. Now the caravan. Right, he's inside of the big red barn. Is there actually? How many? What the dream guy is in the big red barn. He's just walking around as a part of his skin. He is changed down to a beer barrel. They are definitely teaming 100%. Yeah, teammate's got him. He just killed his own friend. Oh no, he's still alive. Matthew's exited the door. He's going behind. He's behind all the hay at the back. I'm following him. He's switched to a piece of toilet paper. He's gone back inside of the barn. Right here. This is him. Right here. I'm following him. I'm an apple. You got him? Just collecting my coins. Yeah, that's him. Right, just let me be, okay? He killed him. On top of the house. Big barn. Big barn. I might go in my spot, so none of you can kill me. Hi. You just, you know, as soon as you glided. Help. Ow. You killed me, didn't you? You did. Oh, one of them's a jam jar in your spawn area. I know. It's like he knows. Hang on. Are we on the same team? No, of course. Yeah. It's me. Oh, both of the teammates just killed themselves. What do you mean it's flying? Oh. Sell out the team. Sell out. Sell out. Come on. Buy the barn. Like where? Where's buy the barn? Where? I hear someone. Oh, hello. I see a little ammo. You kill me, so I kill you. What? You didn't die. Okay, sell out your team. Take me to the team. Take me to your team. Take me to your team. Send them out. One on the windmill, where's that? Teammates following you. I'm nowhere near you. I'm not with you. Did you kill it? Did you kill him? Where's this guy? Where's the guy? No, where's the guy that's dead? Oh, he's in my spot, I bet you 100%. I swear to God, if he's in my spot. Did you see anything? I can't build, mate. Is he? I'm gonna see if he is there. No, he's not there. He's not there. Can you actually? Send him out. Where's the last one? What, near me? Sort of, yeah. Yeah, but he's in the house. I'm in the big red barn. I think there's one more. Where is your reboot card? With what, by this door? Oh yeah. Yeah, look, he's definitely selling out. Look at that. Oh. Where's red? I can't remember. Oh. Ah. What? That was okay. No. No. But where though? It's not really a lot of red. Wait, what happened there? Did he kill someone? Murphy, you're not very good at selling out. You're not very good at selling out. Just sell them out. I'm gonna ride a dinosaur. I can't even find them, mate. Ride the pony. Ah. I'm riding the T-Rex, man. Is that me or can I hear music? Wait, stop it, stop it, stop it. What is that noise? It's like, I think it might be the ghost portal. Okay. Does he even play Fortnite anymore? Oh. We might be on the same team now. No. Don't do it. Don't do it. Because you're not props. Did they actually? It says they're still here. Oh yeah, they have actually left. Right, one guy's in the barn. What is he doing? He's like just looking around. Still his character though. Okay, he's shrunk down to a Jack Daniels bottle basically. He's in the hay behind the barn. He's the hay behind the barn. That's all I'm saying. The hay behind the barn. Watch you lot fuckers are doing what they ain't. I'm going in your place. Yeah, in the hay, in the hay. Outside the barn and the back where all the hay is, you know where the tyres are. I see you. Hi. No, he's behind it. He's behind the big piece of hay. I'm actually glad that the 2 snitches left. Well, it's just me. I'm not telling you. No. No. I'm not telling you. Nope. One of your teammates is actually in my building. But where I am. Dude, I bet he's gonna shoot me first. Yeah, he shot me first. He's flossing. Wait, is that you flossing or him? I wanna kinda do some battles, you know, like mini battle royales. In games. Go in this one there. Oh, no one's in here. I just got, okay, I'm gonna leave the whole thing. Leave the whole thing. Wait, let's see if we're on the same team first. No, it's just us. Okay, I'm prop. Good luck finding me. Oh, you should have seen what I was. It was probably well obvious. You know, the giant penis tower. I was literally that. Oh, it just changed me. I wanna leave playground and then do like 1v1 arenas sort of thing. Practice for arena. You just did. I can. You can. You have to go to the bottom. No, this one here. Oh wow! Just a joint. Told you. I never feel like this does enough damage. You know it doesn't give you bonus now. You can, dumbass. You're almost dead. Stop changing. Right, let's leave and then load into another one. No, I've left the whole thing. Hmm. Don't know. Why? What? Why? Oh yeah, I'll let you do that whilst I play this little game when I kill the burgers. What?
Just said, Oceania and Asia wrapped up last night. I stayed up, watched some of the games. I know most people didn't, but they were incredible. The last spots were there, and let's hop in, give these guys a little coverage, and celebrate just how awesome at Fortnite they are. Now, a fun fact about both these guys, 7 matches played total. That was all they ended up running through. So they were able to get the
new
maximum
tournament that's live
amount of
now,
points
and you
to
can
each
watch
one of them,
it.
not needing all 10. And as we talked about with the Breakaway Esports duo of Serpent and Hype, averaging a placement of 2.67 across the 7 games. That is ridiculous.
That is
BES
extremely
Serpent's
high.
got
Do you know
93
what other
points.
teams are sitting at in terms of
Wow, he's
matches
actually
like that?
really quick at
You
editing.
really don't typically will see placements like that in a 10-game
If you watch
run.
the tournament now,
like
it's good.
overall, like we've seen
Oh,
people being
Oceania.
most consistent in like over the course of 10
If we had
games, but like in that sprint,
giveaway
the
thing,
closest we've seen is
we
the
probably
Twins
actually enter this
out of
tournament.
Oshi when they were playing more placement based and less aggro. I think they had one of the weeks up there where they were nearing 4, but sub 3 that's really, really, really good.
Yes, definitely pretty incredible, like you said. And we see Hype just get the elimination on Pendragon.
These guys are well
LOL
quick
there,
at
just
it.
utilizing his edits there to quickly peek out, make sure that he's not leaving himself too exposed. Take a look at his partner, Serpent, who has got his own agenda of what he's doing over here. Looks like he's doing the same thing, but on the opposite side. So these guys just applying pressure all over the map.
Yeah, and one thing to note, it is a much sparser circle when you're in those very late games in terms of Oceania. Some players opting to play aggro, trying to get their games out there, will just go full send and try and burn through a couple towards the end to get into another one. But if you
There's 9 storms total in one match.
you can play this game
It says
all the way to
that.
conclusion and maybe snag what might
That's
be a
quite a lot.
slightly easier victory route for you if you're playing passive and defensive, which
That's
Serpent
quite
and
small,
Hype
though.
seem to have been doing so here with, I want to say, only 6 elims, but
Have you
in
joined
comparison
back
to the
yet?
rest of the lobby, it's not a ton. It's
Yeah.
good.
No, for sure. And to your point,
gonna
kind
wait for you.
of what you said about knowing, where your opponents are. Keep in mind that there's only 12 players left on this map right now, and only 7 duos remain. Make that 11 and 6. I spoke way too soon. Serpent secures another elimination there on Bray. But
Does
in
10
terms of
damage.
final circles, Sundown, this is not something that we see very often in these late games.
No, and it makes for interesting play because people can be more calculated, but normally you don't get as much room to operate. So now all of a sudden, Zank being in this 1-by-1 by himself, if certain Hype want to go pinch him, they absolutely will. They know this is a 2v1, they know there's no one else here, but Zank is now trying to get whatever opportunity he can to free up shots, knowing that the next elim that goes down is the top 5, and every single point matters, even if not for qualification, and then for the prize money, with the prize pool being doubled in weeks 9 and 10.
Yeah, and Zank making that quick decision to just use the launch pad, kind of get out of there. He saw that there were players rushing at him, decided to go up, get the high ground, which does end up working out for him because he lays down a 35 and a 71 shot on opponents down below. Breaks a baller, which is going to be bad news for that player. He isn't going to have that additional protection anymore. But he is just trying to fire shots, methodically go through and see if he can actually get any kind of knocks or eliminations here to get that siphon, because he doesn't actually have any kind of healing, and he does take out Jimmy, so that is certainly going to help him for any kind of future eliminations or any kind of engagements here.
Yeah, and it got him into the top 5, and Goobas actually ended up going down as well. So just getting the tags on the end of the storm as rotation does go up the mountain. The verticality.
Actually, yeah, this guy's well quick.
Elimination does go over. That was was the knock we had just talked about. While replace goes
Like,
through,
really
it's
quick
down,
at editing,
nothing to
building.
catch himself, but luckily
Oh,
was
he
on
just
the edge of it.
died.
But Hype is relentless on the
Yeah.
high ground, and now they're going to start working the top down. When we started on board with them, they had 4 elims.
Yeah,
now worked it
so
all
you
the
join
way up
back, and when
to
this round
8.
finishes,
There is 9 and 10.
the
And
BS
they're looking to
Hype
close
is
this
actually doing
match out,
rather
and
well.
this is where
He's got 8 elims, he's got 100 points, and they just won. 101 points, wow. We got 9 kills. Good game, man.
Well done from them indeed. Now, unfortunate to see Slayo go down. I know that he is a favorite from a lot of people, but you know what? Second place, not too bad, Sundown.
No, it was a good effort, but like you said, once
When is this
kind of
next on, the
those two
live
get
stream?
rolling,
Isn't it
when
like
they
next
have the
week?
momentum, they are able to just run with it. We've seen it before in the semifinals.
Because if it
when
is,
they
I'm probably
finally
just going to do a
converted it
live
over.
stream on it.
Sometimes that's all it takes.
Like,
If
just
you're
be
able to
AFK
put the
and let
pieces
the stream
together
watch it.
on the right day in the finals, that's what ends up mattering. Now we're on board here with Surf Junkie and Evidence.
I'll probably
Take
play a
look at
game
their
on my
loaders. They
PC
have
or
right now
something,
2
or go
Riftigos,
downstairs.
2 Shadow Bombs. I'd be interested to see if they've split the Shadow Bombs. Duos will typically do that. You know, give 2 and 2, so each partner has some kind of mobility in their inventory. They do
Yeah, it's
only
all
take
the
up
same.
1 slot, and you can carry a whole bunch of them. So we've seen time and time again players utilizing those.
I think
to
we're
make
still on the
rotations,
Oceanic
make sure they're
servers
safe
to watch.
heading into the next zone, and they are going
Oh,
to
they just
actually opt to
rifted.
rift out there. So that they can make that early rotation. They did have quite a long way to go, but they are going to look to see if
Oh,
they
he
can
just got
possibly
shot
sneak on
for
some high
a
ground here.
45.
Yeah, the thing is there, well, it seems like it is a little bit of an early rift. If you look at the bottom right-hand corner, majority of the players were in their path in order to get to the rotation. So when you have 2 rifts and 2 extra shadow bombs as well as a ton of the shields, you can afford to
Oh,
be
wow,
a
they
little
just
more
knocked
aggro
one
there,
YouTube
and they're actually
tablet.
able to now get priority on the zone and pick up an elim as well. But can they get the mats and then disengage out with whatever upgrades they so desire?
Again, Surf Junkie taking a lot of damage there, so he is going to have to really focus on getting healed up before they, you know, make the next rotation or before they take another engagement, because you
Quite a lot
certainly
of
do not want
YTs.
your duo's partner going down or falling to
Oh,
anyone at
someone's
this
on,
stage of the game.
Secret,
That
you
certainly
know, like
can
Secret
spell
Mongol
disaster.
gang,
We are going to
the
take a look
clan.
here at Serpent and Hype.
Someone's,
We saw a little bit of their gameplay in the last
BESC,
game.
the
They look as
Serpent's
though
already on another
they're
game.
playing
Look at him,
very,
bloody
very well
hell.
together today.
He's great
you
at
know,
the
let's
game,
just see what
honestly.
they can pull out right now.
Yeah, so these were actually, so the last game we watched was their second to last game, and this was their final game of the evening. So that's kind of why it ended up being such a thinner lobby. It was a lot of the players trying to get through and use the last of the games, with Certain and Hype saying, that's fine, we'll play it for a victory royale. And right now, inside the first placement threshold, already on 7 elims for this match. So that's 10 points so far coming out from this game. That's what we talk about when we say maximizing efficiency in every
There's
single one of
25
your
people
lobbies.
left.
If you're making it into the final placement threshold,
And there's
getting
14
a couple of those victory
teams.
royales and getting elims as well, no, it makes it very difficult for everyone else in the lobby to even keep pace with you.
Yeah, and you know, that we've seen time and time again has worked out for so many players, you know, really just being very aggressive, just going full send. It doesn't matter what game you're in, that can always
Wow,
bode well. He
124 and
does get the
74.
knockdown on
I know,
Hype.
he's
my gosh,
actually
Surf
great,
Junkie
isn't he?
And Evnix just fall to him completely.
You should have seen him
no
last game, he's
chance.
really
And
good.
We've seen them play very strong.
They
in
got
the
a
past,
win
so that
with
is
the other
very
guy.
surprising, but Serpent does pick up the rift to go and 2 extra shadow bombs. So now the tables are turned, so now he has got all of the mobility he needs.
They just have so much control over this lobby now with the high ground. They can see nobody else is even remotely.
I think they do
close
an
to it.
hour
There's
of
the far
each
side of the lobby.
area, so like I think
Lunar
they've
Alpha
got
trying to
a
put
few
some
minutes
shots
left
in
of
it.
Oceanic.
Comes sailing in.
Oh,
There was a
Renegade
shot
there,
directly in the
Alpha.
box behind it. I don't know if Alpha realized that. Gets high ground taken away from him a second.
Oh, that was a
Box
close
in,
trap
no
kill.
traps
Oh.
coming out. Does finally put one down.
Oh,
And Kaiser
that was
taking
good, that
away
was
the damage
good.
there, 50
Oh,
health on it. You
oh
throw the
shit,
chug
that
blast
was
out,
close.
Get the edit out. One of the two has to happen very shortly.
Oh,
15
we
HP,
managed to
able
go out of
get back
that.
up to the high ground, is gonna opt to just pop the minis and
They're
then go
claiming
for the
that
chug
high
blast.
ground right now.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, it wouldn't have really mattered too much what he chose to do, because you are only getting 20 HP effectively from those chug
Oh, wow,
splashes
another
for
one
each
just
one that you
died.
throw down. He did wait for
Serpent's
his partner
doing
to
well.
join him, though, because there
I think
is
he's
that
on 9
area of
eliminations.
effect,
Oh no, 5 eliminations.
with the chug splashes, you get 20 health.
He just
your teammate
knocked
gets
down his
20 health,
teammate.
so now everybody gets 20 health.
Well, that tends to be why you see it more run in duos.
Oh, he's
We
going
also
for a
just
kill.
love having shields all over the place.
180, 118,
And
sorry.
we've seen it putting the dual combat shotguns to work.
I know, it's
with the
ridiculous.
loadout and making sure they're
Look at his
shooting
building.
together. But right now, Serpent has been chipped out a little bit. However,
I know,
they're into
it's
the
good.
top 10 in terms of the team.
Look
so
at him.
5 placement points been
Oh,
picked up
nice.
so far.
Oh,
And look at that.
nice.
Prince Charming gets taken down. No fairy tale ending for you.
I kind of feel like when you build like
Back to the lobby,
90
considering
walls
this
in
is
like
the
a
last
second,
match.
like I feel like you
That's
kind of
the
wasted your
end of
mats
World
for like
Cup
later
run,
games.
as Serpent and Hype able to clean
But
that
it's
up.
good that you
There's
get more
one
health
going
and
over,
more
up
mats than
to
what you
12 with
usually.
all the resources from it. And they
Yeah.
saw that Shadow Form player. Look at
Oh.
him just running.
What is happening?
Yeah, they're great. They're like really good. Oh, they're getting shot in back. Oh, don't die. I want them to win.
Unfortunately,
Oh, yes, he just clutched that
Serpent
up.
does actually go down, and he is going to fall to the storm.
No.
It is going to be completely up to Hype now to carry the rest of this
That
game.
character,
Each
though.
of them having 7 eliminations, sitting at 125 points. Do you think he's going to be able to close the victory
125.
royale? We're going to have to find out.
Now, they are on the switch.
Oh,
Has the
yes,
possibility
he just
launcher. That's
perfectly
definitely a bolt
timed
right
that.
there. Will get the AoE, gets the 70
Yeah.
again, so he knows that player is on 40. Drops
Oh,
down. He
nice knock.
catches himself with the waterfall as he drops. Will pick that up. Siphon comes over
I'd be
too.
quite happy to just
Will
sit here and
be
watch
able to get
this.
enough mass. He's sitting on 3-2 now out.
I'm gonna have to change my title.
It's a 2v2.
I'm gonna have to change my title.
Comes out. Needs to pick up this Elam. Storm isn't his favorite player. Covers himself with metal, and it goes.
And I'm gonna have to cancel that, and I'm gonna have to put World Cup now. And I'm gonna join your lobby if I can find you. Because actually, let me know who wins. Have they won?
And 15 plus Elams.
He was
coming out
actually
from
quite
there.
good. He's got
effort
6,
from
so.
Lunar and Barbucks, but Hype and Serpent showing why they got that top spot. It was really well played.
Unbelievable, the decision making and mechanically how gifted you have to be able to drop down, waterfall down, pull out your shotgun, and catch yourself. So
Right, I'm gonna
quick.
do my thumbnail
Like
really quick.
reflexes. Too bad Kitty Blaze isn't here to comment
Whilst
on
this
those.
game's on. Oh look, now we're on
Sure that it
Asia.
was the player he had
We're on Asia
swiped with
servers
that
now.
proximity grenade. While it only being 70 damage, it's basically guaranteed if the player isn't boxed themselves up. But now we're gonna hop on over to the Asia region while we see what was up with the
I bet you they
Trigger
lag
boys
quite
of
bad
the
there.
Vietnamese region,
The
or
Asian
the,
servers
Vietnam
sometimes.
country, playing on the Asia region.
They haven't got a lot of
Apologies there,
points, to be honest. 48, so it's not bad.
Some
you
good
know.
shots coming out from that tactical assault rifle so far. 12 duos remaining,
Oh, yeah,
23
yeah.
players left as we're in the half.
But the other guys
Yeah,
though,
we
the
are seeing a little bit of a
BES
trend here so
though,
far with these games
BSS
now. You know,
Hype
not very
and
many
Serpent,
players left alive, but I think it's a
125
great
points.
change of pace, and you can really see how
That was
the players
ridiculous.
adapt their play style to kind of, counteract the fact that there aren't going to be very many people in the lobby. Riki just taking down Seal completely.
Right, I'll be back in a sec.
As
Watch
he was trying
my
to
viewers
rotate
watch.
and use the launch pad to get out of there. So good on him with that elimination. That will be his first one of the game. His partner, Jazia, is sitting on 2. They are going to use the stinks to actually try to pressure this player above them, see if they can get him to come down, but he just gets out of there and says, you know what? That one stunk. I'm not interested.
Yeah, Cushy having no reason to do that, and you also noticed that Joyce up through the stink directly on top of Ricky while he was pressuring. No friendly fire going on there. As you can see, Hooten and Peach on the low ground, but there's the qualifiers, Flame and Unique over on the side. And one thing I went through and ended up reviewing a lot of their matches, they had some hairy situations early, but pretty much every single early game, they got completely uncontested Dusty Divot and walked out with just max everything. Like, it was nuts and just getting a ton of rotation, but right here you can see right now, sitting on 2 elims, have a decent amount of loot, good amount of mats, and prime area on the zone. So convert that into one onto Theo, getting a good knock with the help of the Storm, up to 66 points as we're inside that placement threshold, number 2, top 10 ticking over.
And I feel like Dusty Divot is actually one of those points of interest where you can drop and get a ton of resources, all the trees being there. You know, some would argue that, you know, you're at a bit of a disadvantage because you are essentially, you know, not to pun, but you are in a divot. But you know what? If you can use those trees for cover, that whole area completely uncontested and for yourselves, you are going to come out of there sitting pretty. So we are taking a look here. They are rotating.
Well, they got
over.
reasonably good
We'll
mats.
see how he builds up here. If he tries to take high ground, or it looks like he might
Mine's
actually
fine.
be making a play for that.
that he was looking to find it
In
over
a
on the
minute.
side, but instead just opted to box himself up,
Need to
realizes
do
he has
my
the RPG and wants
thumbnail.
to start sending everyone cascading down, but opts not to fire it. So interesting decision there. I actually thought he would have sent it down. Instead turns towards the player underneath him, and him and Ricky
Wait,
are
what
gonna
did you
try
say?
and
Because you lagged a
isolate
little
that
bit.
player in order to convert it into an elim. Now he's going to look skyward. I figure he would want to reset that before they got too established. Nope. Instead, he's going to say, my high ground now. Perfectly timed launch pad to get it right at that maximum deploy height. And now, all of a sudden, Joyce and Ricky on the high ground with a whole bunch of resources.
And 12 rockets in their RPG. We've seen this time
Is this the
and time
finals?
again. Explosives are extremely...
Let me have a look. I don't know.
He hasn't found anything with it. So far, they've only converted this into one. And Ricky actually got knocked flame all of a sudden. Flame and Unique picked up 2 there, and they're into the top 3 with a 2v1v1. Joyce on the high ground. Dorothy isolated in front of them. They're going to try and pinch. RPG comes down, but Joyce comments himself, falling down after the RPG, taking 80+ damage. So now rifts himself up to the sky, but this is going to give Flame and Unique all of the pace, all of the pressure. Dorothy gets pushed down. Unique does get chipped out, so he needs to be careful. Joyce, recognizing this, knows he needs to go now before it's isolated, but there's the maximum deploy height. Might as well just be hanging out, clips his head, finally touches his feet, and gets blasted for it. Flame and Unique, we hopped on board with them. They had 2 elims. They converted it into a 7 elim victory royale for 17 points, Spooky.
Very well done coming out of those 2. And Jazzy made a little bit of a mistake there. He did miss that floor that was built out, but unfortunately for him, he didn't have much of a choice. He didn't have any mats left, so he had to rift. That was literally his only play. Fortunately, it didn't work out, but let's hop right into another game from the Asian servers. We are looking at the Trigger Boys again. They're sitting at 9 eliminations already this game. So, you know, let's kind of see if they were able to pull something off here.
And again, one thing I highly recommend, if you have the ability to go back and watch these guys' VODs, because I know a lot of people, they like to talk about the zero ping wall takers and going somewhere else to play. These are players playing from Southeast Asia, playing from Vietnam, being able to execute together, finding a strategy that works for them, team firing and coordinating. It was very impressive to watch. And there's honestly a couple of situations in the early and mid game where it felt like they really shouldn't have got out of, and they had really cool disengages. So highly recommend checking out these 2 players in particular if you want someone who might feel a little more accessible in terms of going over, and it's something that, like, hey, I can do this, because I know there's sometimes when I watch VODs of like Benji Fishy or Clicks or Dubs, and it's like, well, I'm never going to try that ever, so...
Never say never, son. Believe in yourself.
Some of these kids, some of the guys going to the Fortnite World Cup final are infinitely better than I could ever hope to be mechanically, and honestly have shown why they are that good. Like, these guys are the best of the best and just do some mechanical stuff that hasn't been seen before. But that is not the only way to be successful in this game. There's plenty of paths in Fortnite Battle Royale to get there and to get to the top.
Yeah, I mean, you can be mechanically amazing. You know, you can have smart rotations. That's what I love about the Battle Royale genre as a whole. There's just so many different working parts. And I feel as though, you know, there are some duos that do some things really great and others that do other things even better. So that's why it's always so exciting to me to be spectating duos and being able to be here and casting these games, just so that you can see how these duos work together, how they play to their strengths. They are going to be taking, that one gets me every time. I had to quickly look down into the inventory there to make sure you had the redeploy. I was like, what are you doing, Unique, please?
I still get a little bit of vertigo anytime. Even if I know they have it, it's just like, I'm desperately afraid of heights. But we're into the top 10 now as Unique and Flame. Now you can see high utility. Again, 2-gun loadout, but using as much of the utility. And RRQ Hero Kappa just gets ripped 4-shot out from under him, and they catch him before he even hits the ground. Up to 91 points so far from Unique and Flame, and just so well done.
Yeah, and you can see there, just, you know, they started shooting at the wall and then both immediately switched down to the floor. Smart plays coming out of them as always. Here we have Met. I'm going to take a stab at that name. I know that, thank goodness it's me casting here and not Zeke because...
he would have panicked and
Yeah.
probably fell out of his chair. But
Yeah,
now, Met taking shots from the high ground, looking down here, trying to find what he can. Gets GCBM, GGK with a perfectly placed rocket, and now he's going to look to punish that backside
wow,
of
he
the
just
storm.
got a nice
that was the
snipe
conversion
on a
over to the
rocket.
knock he'd already gotten, so nothing else to do in there. As Haruki trying to put shots out towards the rest of the lobby, they find Buddha Fishy. So Benji Fishy transcending regions now, all the way over in Asia. People trying to get that luck, but not going to be enough because the SB duo currently running up on the high ground onto 7 elims, looking for number 8 with that rocket. Got to be careful when you edit. However, Harakiro goes down.
Yeah, he just completely dropped down there, possibly to make it easier for his partner to possibly get him. But you know what? It isn't going to matter because the zone is moving, so he is going to completely fall. Here we have the Trigger Boys.
Oh, someone's got 91 points.
My apologies. It's only Unique still alive in this match. He has used the Shadow Bomb to position himself perfectly for the next rotation. Is building up, kind of taking mid-ground at this point. There are only 7 players. Make that 6 left in this lobby, 5 duos. So this is almost a solo game at this point.
Yeah, and now he got the other duo knocked, so it is a straight-up solo game. If he can convert on that, it will go through, and he's into the top 5. So a huge play, despite Flames going down. Conversion does go through, and he finds Kosa as well. So now, straight-up solos.
I swear you
on Unique. It's
go
a
straight into the game
1v1, and this was for all the money. Unique wanted it to be enough. He was sitting there. This was their second to last game. They needed to clutch out. They needed every single point possible, and will he be able to find it? We're watching the left side of the screen right now as Unique disengages down towards the bottom. Matt up on the high ground again as he's trying to run him around and find an angle. One thing note, only has 6 mats and only has the redeploy, which is a top down mechanic, so he wants to sneak a shot on him. He knows he has to save mats. Hello.
He jumped the rocket.
What? That's ridiculous.
He jumped the rocket.
It went up onto the low ground, just being a tile of a square away.
You just basically,
he's
he's
finds
screwed.
the zone. He has to go forward though, because here's the change in elevation. He finds the first shot, he finds
Oh,
the second, and he
that clutch.
He left, gets the siphon to take over.
That was a good play, to be
Puts it
honest.
on
That
his
was a
back,
really good play.
24 points. 14 eliminations and the victory.
Look how
Royale.
mad that building was,
Look at the fossil. Look at the plays. The Vietnamese duo doing it. They said, we don't need 0 ping. We don't need to take your walls. We'll do it with style. We'll do it with execution. And we'll do it with coordination. But now we're hopping over back into live games. This isn't stuff from last night or early this morning, depending on where you live. This is from Brazil. We're going all the way down to South America, and now on board with Nothing, No Name, and Clipnode. Clipnode, who actually grabbed the final solo qualification spot last week.
Yeah, congratulations to him. We saw him absolutely playing out of his mind. He 100% deserves that because Clipnode is somebody who, when we first started this whole journey with World Cup, I really wasn't sure who he was, but we've seen him time and time again be extremely consistent just with utilizing, all of the things that he's learned so far. To see him qualify last week, sneak that in.
Wow, he's getting shot like mad.
No Name, and they are certainly trying to make names for themselves today.
He's on 150, now he's on
to rotate
43.
over. Tons of players left in this lobby, so things might get a little bit dicey for him. This terrain is going to be extremely difficult for these players to navigate. You see these 2 massive mountains in the middle here. The amount of high ground and materials they're going to need to come into play to make these rotations easy for everyone is going to be something to witness for sure.
I hate endgames over here.
Oh, 950.
I don't do particularly well in those circumstances. Oh, hello! Great edits coming out from Clipnode. Gets the heavy snipe on the box across. Catches the hot potato grenade midway through. Hello, there's another one. Can he get over in the box? Great re-edit as well. If he didn't close it, would have taken damage there. But this is what a World Cup qualifier looks like. The individual plays to get away from that. And man, the guy with the grenade launcher on the low ground is just pinging them into those windows.
He's not missing a shot at all. I don't know if I would ever say that term with a grenade launcher. You're not missing shots, but you know, he was absolutely nailing those. Now, like you said, you don't like being over here, but this is what it's all about to me. Anybody can, not anybody, but it's much easier to be on very flat terrain, tunnel through. This is what I love to see. This brings out the actual skill sets of these players. It shows us, you know, how mechanically gifted they are, how much they've practiced, how much time they've put into doing scrims and doing arenas, and just showing us why they're here, why they're trying to qualify, and hopefully get those spots to New York.
Yeah, and you do see that Storm Surge is on the right-hand side. What Storm Surge is if a certain number of players are alive and the lobby gets a little too active, the people who have been the most passive will be punished. But because we're down below 30 players, it's turned off and will no longer be active. We've now hit top 15 and we're into those first round of placement points. Now remember, top 15 is 3 points. If you're able to get in the top 10, it nets you an additional 2 for 5.
Oh, lagging everywhere, some of these
and
people
the
are.
Victory Royale is 3 for a total of 10. And generally, if you're qualifying for the World Cup, you're looking for a 50-50 split. You need high placements and you need high eliminations. The balanced approach is what gets you there. As you can see right now, Clip noted nothing, no name. 11 eliminations so far in closing in on top 10.
And they get rifted up into the sky there. That definitely was not Clip Notes. I don't believe it was Nothing No Means either. That would have been a completely other player trying to get out of a little bit of a sticky situation there by using the rift. You can see No Name landing on the high ground, utilizing that community launch pad to pull himself back over to his teammate, because they did get separated for a short moment there. Clipnote has actually used the launch pad as well, or was still up in the air, but it doesn't matter. He goes down. Unfortunately, lands in the box of another player. Missed is missed, takes him out.
Right, but Nothing No Name was directly underneath it and edited him down in between. He's going to try and stick this revive, and he does. He got it. Can they edit back over? They got the next box. He's on sub 30 HP. He gets back in. He has 10 HP. Will they be able to find anything? Player behind. Clipnote goes back down. Can he find it? No. Gets picked up, but they got the top 10. So 12 elim points plus the 5 going through. 17-point performance from Clipnote and Nothing No Name, but they're not going to be a factor in the rest of the lobby. You have Solinho and Seko on the low ground. Matakuski and Ernie just above them, with Falls and Ducky 1 tarp above. Solinho does have 1 more chug splash and could use it potentially, but wants to hold off. Waiting for top 5 for the next threshold as WK Edit picks up Obi, and we get closer and closer. Lua gets ticked over, and now we have 7 duos remaining. Solinho just taking a little bit of a breather, swapping up on the mats while all the action happens above him. Esteban picks up Ducky, and we close in on the top 5. Trap arms and goes off above, but no elimination. Ticks over as the Soccer Skins continue to look. Poised Playmaker wants to make a play, but they also want top 5. Constantly checking their sides, realizing they're okay right now, and I mean, man, they're running low on mats.
They are running low on mats, but they do own all of this. So hopefully, you know, they're going to be able to utilize that to their advantage. Edit down just like that. He takes out Expert. You know, that is the advantage of having all of those builds to yourself. You completely dominate the mid and low ground with edits when you have that. Ernie going down, falling to Soul. Soul gets another shot, 98 with a combat shotgun. It isn't going to be enough. Can his teammate follow out? Seago's out in the storm, but does come back in. Seago's sitting on very little HP, about 50 effective HP to his name right now, and they have to play low ground right now because they don't have a choice.
It's a 2v2. You have MST and his partner Esteban in the top right. Seko in the bottom right with Solinho. Everything else on the wide from you. Looking for the
I like how the soccer skins. I like how they lag everywhere. Like they go off drifting.
Yeah. Can he catch himself and get back into the zone? Will it be enough? Solinho's tracking him in.
No, you just clutched
it's not enough. Solinho picks up.
Do you keep getting the lag when they keep like walking off to the side?
Nickel, then into the iconic, or break it down, let them know. Throw a hootenanny in there as well, and a great finish. And also,
look how mad
I gotta give you a shout out right there. The way you called just the edit down, and the fact how he was looking for it, and then it happened immediately after. I just, in my head, I'm like, man, they're burning so many of their builds. Like, this seems like a waste, but just spot on with that right there. So hats off to you. Nice little clap. Well done.
Thank you. Don't let my ego get too big, Sundown, you know, or
I'm not
going to be able to fit in the door later.
I live with Zeke. I'm an expert in knocking people down a peg.
Perfect. Can't wait for this game for you to say something to just completely catch me off guard. But here we are in another match. We're looking at King.
Oh, that was good. That was a good play.
Hit that snipe. You guys know how much I love seeing those heavy snipe shots. They're my absolute favorite. This is what I have come here to see today. Give me the snipe shots all day, Cam.
Oh, it's both the best and the worst feeling. Like, yes, it feels great when you get it, but at the same time, when you're just rotating around, you're hanging out in your box, and you feel like, hey, maybe I got my one layer, I can peek on a side, then all of a sudden, boom, boom. or like you're jumping all the way around your 360, you're checking your side, and you just get your face ripped off, and you know, it feels awful. And even sometimes you're launch padding going through and somebody hits that shot. That feels great for them. The player who jump padded over, not so much. But King and X-Zone trying to make the plays. King actually recently getting signed to that 9Z team going over. Originally was King, I will not lose, has qualified for the solos portion. The young Argentinian doing everything he can to reach it in the duo side. Him and X-Zone have been so close.
We just not won.
Taking a few shots there, having them pay off. Still sitting on high ground, though, with the heavy sniper. Come on, King, give us another snipe shot, dude. But you see him here just looking for any kind of players that were trying to come out of the zone there and
They've
get
got
to
really high
safety.
ground.
He's not going to let it happen. He's saying, you know what? I'm king of the high ground here. I'm going to gatekeep you all day.
Yes, he's going to look towards the outside there, not going to acknowledge the pun. It was a pretty good one, I'll give you that. As Lucky Boy and Luco Boy over on the side here, 7 elims as we're closing in on the first placement threshold. And honestly, shout-outs to Brazil. They've stepped their level up every single week. Some of their qualification barriers actually ending up being higher than NA West in some of those circumstances in the duo week. So just a really high level of competition, and just the fact that it's pushed up every single week. You can see Storm Surge coming through there, and Lottie getting a great shot with the combat there. And that's what we talked about, kind of the difference of the timer, being able to just throw the combat out there, get the wall shot in, and then immediately swap back over it. So now he's going to try to go aggressive because he wants to convert on that.
And you can hear all of the shadow bombs going off behind. He's going to have to be very careful. He isn't built behind him, so there could possibly be players sneaking in behind. But he is going to continue to try to edit forward. Picks up another elimination on Nis and Greg. They both fall to him there.
Yeah, and that was the double, is them trying to stick the revive. And at that point, man, you just got to let your teammate go.
Yeah.
Let him, you hang him out, you let your buddy and be like, hey, you know what, it's been a good run, but I'm going to go try and get those placement points. They fell outside of the top 15, so it's huge because you waste, I don't want to say waste all the time because you get whatever elim points, but not getting at least the 3 placement points from top 15, it hurts. It hurts the mental game, it hurts your score, it hurts your efficiency in terms of getting the points, as now we're on board with Barboisa, Lee, Golden Boy's favorite, as him and Zodi Boy are trying to make a run at it, currently sitting on 5, make it 6 elims and 33 points and a great loadout.
Yeah, and he just completely obliterated Les there. So Lee takes out Les. That's a good one. That's an interesting one for later. But he does throw the stink bomb down. Now, we've seen time and time again those being extremely strong. And Zate just gets completely annihilated. Lee now opting to utilize the shadow bomb. Says hello to the baller to his right-hand side, ladies and gentlemen. But then uses the small amount of high ground down there to maybe get any kind of eliminations on people coming into the zone.
Yeah, so if you sneak up on a baller near the outside of the zone and you're in like a late game storm, pickaxe it once and then immediately shoot it out. It'll send them flying out into the zone and you'll get elim credit. Boom, there you go, there's the strat.
Wow, look at these mad strats coming out of Sundown today.
Check Creo's VODs, he does it all the time, and it's hysterical because it's one of the consistently easy ways to get elims on players who don't react, because if they don't instantly throw down the grapple and boost forward, they're gone, because the momentum persists as soon as the ball breaks, so it'll send them flying out into the zone. It's great.
You know, where have you been for the last 2 years when I've been trying to improve my Fortnite game? I need you to coach me here.
I mean, you can watch the broadcasts and stuff. I drop hints and knowledge like this. It's called the Sundown Rundown or Sit Down with Sundown, whichever one you want. Maybe someday I'll get the leeway to do my super serious serial Sunday with Sundown, but
that is a lot of alliteration there.
Oh, trust me, it's Fortnite. It's all alliterative. But we're getting closer now to that top 5. 11 elims so far from King and X-Zone. X-Zone saying, I will not lose. I want to be on that stage with my buddy King, and King being one of those young prodigies out of the SA region, along with Nyx, doing everything they can from this low ground. How well can they execute and get around the side? Roddy Boy picks up Gozer there and continues his run forward, knowing it'll be ticked over, but King trades him right back, just inside, or just outside the top 5. You can see him wall off the player and want to stick with the zone as it's running out. 10 players remaining, 6 duos left right now as they look for the space. Gozer does finally tick over, but Lottie had been eliminated, and Clement didn't 90 fast enough there. Couldn't cover himself. 13th Elim. King has 11 of them as him and X-Zone are working down the tarp. But Barboisa is trying to do everything he can as he frags himself into the top 5, picking up a double. You have Bravo in your top right and King in the bottom right as he gets another one on Tade. They're the only duo left in the bottom right. Barboisa gets Grand. Will he tick over? No, Bravo takes it up, and we have a 2v1 with double campfires on the low ground. Heavy snipers as well. Knock Bravo down. This is one of the top duos. This is a team to keep an eye on. King and X-Zone, 43 points with the victory royale. 25 from that match, Pookie.
Yeah, coming out with 15 eliminations between the two of them. Now, you've said it so many times, you know, getting the placement and getting the eliminations are so important in these games to make sure that you are hitting top of the leaderboard every single week, and we just saw a perfect example of it coming out from those guys right there. Congratulations to them. We can see here for the Brazil games, we only have about 40 minutes remaining, so these games are going to be some of the last ones for these guys, depending on how long they are able to survive. Each match going approximately 20 minutes, so you need to plan your time accordingly and make sure that you are getting the most out of these games, because time and time again we've seen it come down to just a few points, so every point matters.
I mean, we've seen it very frequently coming down to less than a few points. Like, we've gone I think we've gone 2 tiebreakers deep at some point. I think the most we've had to go on is 3 once. I might have to double check that. I know Creo went 2 deep on his when he ended up advancing. But one thing I do want to talk about is kind of the mentality about playing for late. It's something that you've heard all the time in the Fortnite community, but a lot of people don't really understand. Like, there's a big proponent around the idea of W keying or playing aggressive, and taking early aggressive fights when you can gun race and you know you have an advantage. For instance, if you pick up a combat early, or if you pick up a legendary AR at range, or even a green AR before somebody is able to get set and really get a ton of mats, you can pressure somebody and you can go full send and you can go aggro and you can create an advantage for yourself. But in the general run of the game, taking an even fight against players who are roughly as skilled as you or even slightly less, they're going to be able to chip you out. And most players are going to be able to at least delay you or make it worth the time unless you're significantly better than you. Right? So then if you end up being able to be a little more passive, playing a little safer, working around the outside, being more deliberate in how you rotate and get to places, this is called playing for late. Because then you get in these circumstances where you have all the mats, you have the resources, and you're in a more chaotic environment, but you're not knocked out way before taking a 50-50 fight, and all of a sudden we've seen the number of times you win 1 key engagement on the low ground or 1 key engagement on the mid ground, and all of a sudden you take high ground away, or 1 turns into 3 or 4. But you don't get those opportunities if you don't make it to late game.
Exactly. I could not have said that better myself. You know, the thing is too is early game you never know what the other player is going to have that you're going up against. You know, you might feel that you're sitting pretty and you've got a great loader. You're like, you know what, I got this combat shotgun. I'm just going to rush. The other guy could be sitting there with an RPG. You haven't shielded up. You're back to the lobby, Sundown. So, you know, not knowing what the other players have is always, you know, that component of the game that can really actually help or hurt you.
And look, right now, as Andrea and Troy has some great gatekeeping on the side, keeping those players who are trying to rotate with their backs at the storm from entering it. Up to 9 elimination now as bot 6 does tick over, and you can see you use your utility, you get as far over as you can, and then you box up and you turn. The combats and the ARs being the primary benefactors right now from what we've seen today in the meta, and then going triple utility out of there. Andrea not getting the chip there, unfortunately, got a ton of damage, but no Elim credit, is going to pick up all of those resources and tops off with a lot of wood and metal.
Yeah, and we have seen time and time again today, you know, just with how many utility items players are carrying, because the utility items in this game right now are so strong. We did just hit the top 15 threshold. A couple more teams go down so quickly Sunday. We're about to hit that top 10.
Yeah, and honestly, like, I'm a huge fan right now of the 9.30 loot pool. Just seeing more utility and more shields being opened up for players has kind of enabled them. And then with the adjustments, we've seen players rocking multiple gun loadouts, but we've also seen players going straight for the utility phase. The chunk splash is offering a lot there, but some nades coming out, trying to get the chip in. They snuck one in, but good coverage as we now hit the top 10, so 5 place of points for everyone in here. So far, this is a 16-point game for Andrea and Troya.
And he is going to take a moment here, hopefully, he looked like he was going to cone himself in there and try to use the minis, but he isn't unfortunately going to have time. The storm is right at his back, and he is dealing with a player in front of him that he is using all of his builds for here to kind of take cover from. He's only got 21 builds remaining. He is above Loot Lake, so that adds a whole nother level. And unfortunately, Troya does actually go down to the player that they were tracking earlier, and Andrew Ole actually doesn't know where these shots are coming from. He's getting shot from everywhere at this point. He's being focused. He does end up taking a player out to get that siphon down to 29 effective health. It isn't going to be enough. Tried to use that launch pad to get out, but unfortunately he falls.
Yeah, and it was Santidet who picked him up there, and he's on the mid-tarp. Easy for Blackouts and got picked up, as well as DK. So this is a ton of Brazil's top players, but Santidet goes down, and we have our top 3. Now, top 2. It's a 2v2 with Nehu and Zeux up on the high ground, the other team working the low ground. They have the tarp in between as well. They know that they're in the box on the side. They're looking for him. They have marks towards him. They know the players are there. You can see the outlines in purple right now as the Sinisters is trying to get an angle on the side. Raja and Softy are working back around, but they need to be careful because here comes that change in elevation, and you can already see Zukix trying to knock down the tree, preventing no cover. Raja has absolutely no builds. He always going to try to hit the brick and get back up, and he can't. That's the little change in elevation we talked about. Softy gets taken down, and Zukix picks that one up. Flintknock does get picked up. He's on an all-weapon loadout. Nothing left. And Zukix finds it there, brilliantly done, pushing them up to 35 points after an 18-pointer. Just well done there. But we're going to send it back over to the studio with Zeke and Bala, I think?
How rude of you. You know Bala. He's the best ever.
Oh, sure.
Yell at me. Gosh. All right, Fortnite fan. We've had an incredible day of games so far. But now we're going to take things just a little bit slow here before our 30-minute break here. We've obviously got to take a look at Oceania, Asia, and that live looking at Brazil. But very quickly, we actually have a little bit of a treat. We're going to be able to chat with Klusha and Thomas HD, who qualified. So, gentlemen, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Yes.
What's up, guys? What's up? How are you guys doing?
We are so happy, dude.
Yeah, you guys are so happy? Okay, all right, let's start with Klusha. Tell me the feels,
What's
right?
up?
You see your name up on that leaderboard. What is the very first thing that you did?
We just moves and got a lot of points, just casual, like other days, dude.
Okay, okay. What about you, Thomas? What was the first thing you did? As soon as you saw you qualified, what was the first thing?
I was just checking the whole time. I didn't know what to do.
Yeah, okay, okay, all right. So this is kind of a big moment for both of you guys. You know, you've worked so hard for these last 10 weeks of competition. What does it feel like for you guys to finally say, look, all that hard work, that time we put into Fortnite, it's paying off. We're going to the finals. And how does your family, like, have you told your family, do they kind of understand, you know, what that feels like? We'll start with Thomas.
My family is cool about it, and we're all happy. So I think it's just, I'm so happy, and we're happy.
Yeah, for sure. Klusha, what about you, my man?
What did you say? What was the question?
So for you guys to have worked so hard for 10 weeks to finally get that spot, qualify for New York, and then does your family kind of know what's going on? Do they kind of understand?
Yeah, they do. I qualified in week 5 for solos, so that's when they kind of understood how serious it is.
Yeah.
Like.
And to double up now, I mean, that's crazy. What an accomplishment, right? The double qualification is insane. And it's only a few of you guys, right? But talk to me about learning throughout the 10 weeks. I mean, we've played 5 duos competition now, and the clutch up in the last one is pretty crazy. But learning about not only how to play these types of tournaments, these open qualifiers, and timing. I mean, in that last match, we saw you know, it was a little bit of a lobby, but obviously with that kind of, when you play out those light lobbies, you end up not having an opportunity to play again. So was that the strategy? Was that you trying to get into one of those lobbies?
No, we were actually trying to get into a game after the last game. We had 2 minutes of queuing, but we didn't make into a game, so just kind of unlucky. Sweat. But yeah, we were sweating for the last 20 minutes to make the leaderboards update.
Yeah, for sure. Well, guys, massive congrats. We cannot wait to see you guys at the New York City Finals. Very quickly, what we'd like to do is open the floor. You guys to get some shout-outs, send out some love, plug your Twitters, your socials, all that stuff. Thomas, let's start your way, and then we'll go to Kalusha.